Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Bay Area Content Marketing Meetup. We're now meeting online a few times a week here on Zoom. Big pleasure to have Mariana Padilla with us. Mariana is founder and CEO of Red Lab Marketing based in Chicago. Mariana is going to talk to us today and show us how we can use Canva. So Mariana, the floor is yours.
Awesome. So thank you guys so much for coming today. I am so excited that you guys are all here. So I didn't prepare a PowerPoint presentation or anything. I was just going to go through Canva and work through it together with you guys, and we can create a project together was kind of what I had in mind. And I wrote down like my favorite kind of tips and tricks. So I'll need some audience participation for sure. And if there's anything you guys are confused about, just like drop it in the chat or shout it out or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. All right. Can you guys see that?
Yep, we can see the Canva homepage.
Okay. I'm going to have to minimize your guys', oh, there we go, pictures so that I can see the whole screen. So I won't be able to see what's going on, so just yell at me. All right, so I'm on the Canva homepage and I love Canva, so I'll just start by saying I really enjoy using Canva, and I do it for like all of my, I wouldn't say all, but most of my social media posts. Even when I'm just posting like a LinkedIn article, sometimes I'll like to create an image for it. Just really, getting those images out there catches people's eyeballs, and I think Canva is one of the easiest ways to create those designs. So I'm on the Canva homepage, and as you guys can see, you can design anything, is what they say. I think that's pretty true. It hasn't been a time when I have not been, or it has not been a time when I have not been able to make anything. And so across the top here is kind of where you're going to start. So templates, where is going to be all of the different templates for the different size projects, and I'm going to be going through that further. And then they also have just like opportunities at the top where you can dive in and like learn some more. So if you wanted to learn more about social media marketing, graphic designing, whatever, they have some additional courses at the top, which is super helpful. I've never actually gone through them because I kind of like trying things out on my own, but that is an additional option. So what should we make today, guys? I was going to leave it up to you. Just shout something out, put it in the chat, and Dennis, you're going to have to help me because again, I can't see anything.
Like sure thing.
Twitter post or LinkedIn post.
Okay, all right. So what do we got to have here? So there's a couple options. So as you can guys see, there are some really popular sizes that we have up here. And if what you're looking for doesn't pop up, then we're going to put it in the search bar here. So let's do, you know what, I don't think LinkedIn yet is. So LinkedIn has one option, which is the banner. But to create a different LinkedIn size, you have to, I would have to Google search it. So let's do Twitter because that's easier, I believe. So we're going to do a Twitter post here. All right. And so there's a couple different options, right? So you can see that there are some ones that are already pre-designed for you that you can choose from. So say for instance, I was doing more photography, maybe I would want to pick one of these, but I generally start with my own template, starting from scratch. And so that's kind of what I wanted to take you guys through, is the ways that you can start from scratch. So before I go on, does anybody have any questions about anything? No. Okay, good. All right, so over here on the side are going to be your icons where you're going to access all of your stuff that you're going to want to put onto your blank canvas over here. So one of the things that I like to start with is backgrounds over here. So my brand colors are red, pink, gray, and like two different colors of like grays. So sometimes when I want to put on a background on here, you can just search by color. So backgrounds are just, the background images that you might want to put, against to be the backdrop of whatever you're creating, obviously. That's why it's called a background. So if I just start rambling, just ignore me. So anybody see anything that is like striking your fancy? What should I pick here?
I like the one with the sun on the left side, 4 down.
This one?
Yep.
Right here? Awesome. All right, so we're gonna go with this one, Dennis. All right, so we are making some sort of post here. This is gonna be our background. So maybe we wanna create like an inspirational quote that we're gonna be putting on Twitter. This seems like some sort of background that you would want for an inspirational quote. So obviously you're gonna want to have your text, but when you put your text on here, this is gonna be kind of hard to see through. So the text isn't gonna really show up. So then in that case, one of the things that I would do is I would click over here on Elements. And up at the top here, they have your recently used, and one of the ones I always use is rectangles for this exact reason. And so you're gonna grab your rectangle here, and then I'm gonna show you some of my favorite tools for once you add elements. So up here on the top, there's a couple of different tools. So if, say, I wanted to put this rectangle against the back, and actually I can change the color. Oh, hold on. Sorry, that's actually not what I wanted to do. Let me keep going. I'm gonna keep going, sorry. I was gonna get to that later. All right, so we're gonna have this rectangle. Dennis, what quote should we put on here? We're gonna put a quote on here. Or anybody.
Oh. We'll see if someone else wants to speak up. Let's see.
We're going to get through this.
Okay.
Good one.
We are going to get through this. Okay, perfect. All right. So I'm going to center this. So up here on our texts here, or our fonts here, I have a couple that are saved. These are my brand fonts, but you can, if you're looking for more of a script font, you can plug in something like handwriting, and it'll pull up like all of the script fonts. So you're like, okay, I want to make this seem like something someone would put in handwriting. So then I'm going to choose like this handwriting font or whatever you want to put. Now, say that I want to add some more like depth to this and I want to make it a little bit more interesting. What you could do, I'm going to add another rectangle just to show you. If you want to blend the colors, this little kind of transparency thing up here looks like checkerboards. This helps you kind of blend things together. So I'm going to press the transparency and it's going to change that color so it kind of, it isn't like as stark of a contrast between those two. So that's one of my favorite tools. And then say I wanted to make this, put this behind the other one. I want to put a big pink rectangle behind. Position is another one of my favorite tools. So you would just say, okay, let's put it backwards, and that helps you, positions things forward and backwards on the page. So those are a couple handy tools right up here, and I will talk through the rest of these as we go through. But before I go on, does anybody have any questions? I'll pull up Zoom. Any questions?
Looks like there's a question from Carol. Can you create a collection of your brand fonts?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for asking that, Carol. And I'm going to go, let me move the Zoom thing down again. Yes. So the brand kit is something I was going to go show you. So let me go home. So over here on the left, and I think this is only an option that is available if you have the paid pro, which I think is like $130, $40 a year. You can have several different brand kits. So this is actually my old brand that I created here. But over here on the right, you can have 3 different brand fonts set up. Unfortunately, I think it's only 3. I wish it was more, because you can have different brand colors. So for instance, these are over here on the left, different companies that I work for. So this is a company called Now. It says Untitled, but it's for Now. And then Kindle Evolve is another company, and then Red Lab. So you can save all of your brand colors. And I think you can have as many of those as you want, but I believe you can only save 3 different fonts, which is kind of annoying. But yes, you can save those things. And then you can also have logos too saved in here. I don't often come in here to access like logos or anything because I save those somewhere else. So does that answer your question?
It does. Carol says, amazing.
Yes. Yes. The other thing you can do too when you have a paid account is that you can share, and I think it's only with paid. I've been a pro member for so long, I like can't remember. Is that you can share projects and have people collaborate, but I think that's only with the paid account here.
I just realized I can unmute myself. So yes, that answers my questions beautifully. Thank you.
Yes, 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 absolutely. And that's one of the main reasons actually that I switched to paid. Was because I had so many clients that I was designing for, I needed to save all of the brand stuff in one place. So yes, all right, so we're gonna go back home. And one thing it will do for you is it will automatically save all your progress. So we have this here, which is what we were working on. I was just going to finish taking you through these tools on the side. So under uploads, this is where I keep all of like the logos and stuff. I just find that to be easier. And so these are all the things that I've uploaded. That's my dog. That's why I named my business Red Lab Marketing. His name's Walter. He's very handsome. Anyway, so you can have all of your pictures that and photos that you have uploaded and you can have them all in here. So I'll just throw in digital census systems and integration, which is another client of mine, and you can drop that in here. So those are your uploads, but then they also have photos, and I have Pro, so there are more photo options. I'm not sure, I think it's Canva's own service, so it's not connected to Pexels or Unsplash, which are some of the other ones. I think it's their own photo service. So, whatever you want to put in there. But one of the fun things, one of my favorite tools I actually wanted to show you is something called grids. So grids look like this. They have these little, green hills and blue things, whatever. And what it is basically like a photo holder thing. So you can adjust your photos to whatever size you want your grid to be. And grid, they have different options, so you can plug in different photos, or you can have like grids come in different shapes. It should find the circle one. Of course, it's not going to. But anyway, they have them in all sorts of different shapes, so you can drop in your pictures there. And some other fun things that I don't use as often, you can drop in music. Before I go on, does anyone have any questions? Sorry, before I forge ahead.
Yeah, it's Caroline. I'm actually following along on my own Canva because I don't know how to use it, which is awesome.
Perfect. Great, perfect.
But I had grids, but now I've lost it. So I got a little lost. So
oh yeah. So if you just go back over to elements and up in this, over on the left, there's the elements, which has like the heart, circle, triangle. And you search in the box for grids, it brings them up.
I'm just seeing, maybe I'm in the wrong place.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'll have you connect with you offline for sure. Anytime. Also under elements, so they have different categories. You can kind of search for whatever images you want. But they now have animated, which is super cool. And I have noticed the few posts that I have remembered to actually use it, because I don't always remember to use it. The animations get much higher engagement from people, obviously, because they're drawing eyeballs. So an easy way to just search for those in the elements is I just search for GIFs, and then it just brings up the files that are animated. And so these are also super great for Instagram stories, to keep people clicking through. So you could put this, down here, and it's oh, keep clicking. So whatever you wanted to do, but these sort of visual elements, especially animated ones, to draw people's attention to the actions that you want them to take, is super helpful. Dennis, any questions so far?
There have been no questions in the chat, but
No.
you just naturally picked. Oh, we do have a question.
Yes.
I was going to say those flashing stars on this image is amazing.
I know. I like them.
Yeah.
I like the flashing stars.
So
All right.
Diane asks, there's a question, can you embed a hyperlink?
You can embed a hyperlink, I think. Hold on. Let's see. I'm not positive about that, but I don't want to give you the wrong answer. So, I've actually never tried to do that. Embeds. Here you go. So under apps and integration, which on my screen is this last one down here, it looks like you can embed it into your design. So you would just paste it there.
Cool.
Yep. Yep.
Cool.
All right. What else did I wanted to show you? Oh yeah. Okay. So to say we have this lovely, you know, our Twitter post here. We're like, this is fantastic. We love it. The other things you could do, I haven't done this before, but there are animate options. So you can have like objects pop in, pop out, kind of like you would on like a PowerPoint presentation. But one of my favorite tools, also only option on Pro, is Resize. So say I wanted to resize this for my, you know, Instagram. We're going to resize it automatically into an Instagram post. Yep. And then you would just, you know, move things around kind of like as needed. And this is super helpful as you're planning out your social media calendar and Hootsuite or whatever, just planning it out, and you're like, okay, I really like this post, but you know, rule of thumb is you generally don't want to like post the same exact thing on the same day across different channels. So then, you know, you can resize it all at the same time and have it all scheduled ready.
You know what? Really?
Any questions so far?
Where was that resave?
Oh
is
yeah,
that under
so,
file.
So the resize is up here on the top if you have the Pro account. So it's going to be up here at the very top when you're in the design. It says resize, and that's where you would get to that. Or, you know, if I wanted to throw it into presentation. And so when I didn't talk through all the different sizes, but they have pretty much anything you could ever want to make. So and you can actually have things printed through Canva. So I've had my business cards just directly printed from Canva. They just send them to you. You can have them made into t-shirts, whatever you want. I don't know if they do the t-shirts themselves. I would assume so, if they have it on here. But you can do all sorts of different crazy things as long as you have like the dimensions for that. One thing I did want to show you, and we're just going to choose this. So this is just a template that you can choose from, you know, they're pre-made templates. Say you're like, okay, I really like, hold on, what would be a good example? I'm trying to show you something that's an ungroup. Give me one sec. Okay, so we have this post here that we want to use in this template, and you're like, well, I kind of like this part here, but I don't want this part here. This button up here is ungroup. So all of these things are grouped currently. And that means that if you were to move the whole thing, if you were to move it, like the whole thing would move at the same time. So they don't move as individual pieces. So group and ungroup, which is this thing up here, ungroup, allows you to put these into individual kind of sections by themselves, or individual pieces, so that you can then, you know, delete, or, you know, I want to put you are our heroes and I want to turn that to the side, and I want to do that. So that's what that tool is. Also up here in the corner is duplicate. So you're like, okay, I really like this nurse here. We're gonna like duplicate her. We're gonna put her over here. So those are also some good tools. And then the lock button. You're like, all right, I spent a good amount of time getting this all done. I really like this. I want to move this here, but I'm not sure where I want anything else. So you would, where did it go? There we go. You would lock it into place so that you can't move it, and you can move all the other things around it, because sometimes it happens where you like accidentally move it and you didn't need to move it. So those are kind of all of the tools up in this right hand corner that are like super indispensable. Up here, you can add notes. I've never done that, but then you can also just duplicate a page and then you don't have to start from scratch. So those are those tools. Any questions from anybody?
I have a question. So you obviously are doing designs for your clients. So this is just out of curiosity. Is design a part of a complementary service you offer, or is it like one of the primary services you offer clients?
Yeah, so it's kind of just involved, ingrained with everything else. So if I'm doing like a social media campaign for my clients, I will put together all the designs that goes along with the copy. So just to give you an example, I can show you some of the stuff that I've put together. So I do all of my own stuff for Red Lab marketing. So this was something I just put together. I put together like the canvas, the posts for the meetup that I put on LinkedIn, which are these ones down here. I'm trying to find one for my client. Ooh, That's not what I wanted to do. So this is for my client, Jackie, who is a professional coach. We did a series of videos. These are like the video cards that I put together for the Instagram stories. So yeah, and like that's part of the whole thing, is when creating projects, I just kind of think in like graphic, like design ways. So it kind of just like naturally is part of the whole thing. So yeah.
And did you have any formal training in design, or you just kind of picked it up? No. Okay.
No, yeah, I just kind of picked it up. I spent some time in nonprofit, and we used it a lot for projects, you know, advertising events and stuff. And so kind of just like got really into using it. And now, I mean, for instance, something like this, which has like several different layers. I feel like this took me like 10 minutes to put together. I mean, it's not super crazy or anything, but now that I know the tool well enough, I can kind of breeze through it pretty easily. I feel like there's one more thing I wanted to show you, and I can't remember what it was.
We do have some more questions in the chat.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, let me answer those.
Okay, so Catherine, you know, you had the sample before with the medical workers?
Oh, yeah, sure.
She was asking, do the clinicians in the megaphone come from elements when you want to create a very specific image to support a statement?
Yes, absolutely. So all of this stuff, these frontline healthcare workers, these are all elements that you can search for. So say you wanted to search for a nurse or the megaphone, those should all show up in here. Although I'm not seeing those, but they should all show up in the elements. So you can search for individual things. So whatever you wanted, like the megaphone. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
And I guess the template itself too, like if you want to create a post around, obviously they have COVID-19 theme, but you can search for the template for the theme of your message, right?
Yes. So if you want to search for a template, like a COVID-19 template, let's just see what pops up when we put in COVID-19. So here's all sorts of different templates that have already like been created around that. So if you wanted to search for something super specific like COVID-19, they're all in here.
Right, and I don't want to search for COVID-19 specifically. That's not my eye because it has medical images. I healthcare change. So in addition to being able to search for things like doctors, stethoscopes, tests, whatever sorts of images in elements, can one recolor those elements at all?
Yes, that's a good question. So yes, most of the time you can, some of the time you can't, is the answer to that. So for instance, this healthcare worker right here, if it shows you these little boxes up at the top, that means that you can change the colors. Yeah, so we're going to change the colors here. Now, sometimes you cannot change the color. And so you'll know when you don't see these little color boxes up at the top. So certain elements, like the GIFs, you cannot change the color of the GIFs. And certain, it's really kind of random what you can and cannot change the colors on, I guess. So anyway, but yes, you can.
If you didn't have a pro account, do you put in the RGB for the colors, or do you just have to stick with kind of their general orange or blue or whatever?
You can put your own colors in, but it won't save them.
Okay.
It won't, yeah, so it won't save your brand kit. So you have to, like, you know, if you have them all written out somewhere, like your CSV, you can upload those every time. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Any more questions?
Okay. The next question, out of curiosity, what made you choose Canva over Photoshop or Illustrator?
I was just introduced to Canva and I really, really liked it. Now, that being said, I really want to take a deep dive into Adobe and learn how to use that more. I think that, like, for what I'm doing now in terms of primarily marketing activities, this works. But if I wanted to do more specific graphic design work, I think you have to have more of an Adobe background. And so that's kind of on my agenda, is something, you know, professional growth there. I want to learn that too.
And Caroline's asking back to the brand kit. Can you show how to get the elements from your brand kit?
I can tell you. So yeah, like I see my brand kit, you know, with all my company logos and stuff, but how do I get an element from there into like my Twitter post, say?
Okay, got it. So we're gonna go back. So let's just go back to our template here. Oh, wait. All your designs. All right, so when you are, let's see. So you're specifically looking for colors, or are you looking for like fonts?
Like everything, because I want it to be on brand, right? So yeah. I see that, yeah. So
yeah. So up here on the colors, when you are, say we want to, like, we have the color for something that we want to change. When you click on the background color, little square up here, it pops out all of the different brand colors that you have saved over here. And then when you click on text, it automatically brings up the things you have saved in your brand kit under the text button. So these are the ones that I have saved for heading, subheading, and regular body text. So those are the things I had in the brand kit. Yep.
And colors again is that under elements? I'm not seeing colors.
Yeah, so it's just under, like, when you want to change the color for something. So add in like a rectangle or something. All right, here's my rectangle. When I want to click on, I want to change the color for that. Yeah, it brings them all up on the side here automatically.
For some reason at the top, I'm just seeing animate. Like, I don't know what, I'm always on animating something. Okay, and then
probably because you don't have anything that you have clicked on right now that you can change the color for.
So that's the color and the font. And then if there was a logo, like our company logo, where would that be saved?
So then either in that case, it would be under uploads where you have uploaded it and you want to add it in. So here's my company.
I see it in the brand kit because somebody else.
Yeah. So in order to get to the brand kit, you actually have to go back to the home page. And yeah, so you have to press home and then go to the brand kit.
So would I should I upload those logos into my own upload folder, or do I have to copy paste or what?
Yeah, so you have to upload them. You can't copy and paste into Canva. You have to upload each individual image.
So they're in the brand kit, but then I have to re-upload them into my uploads. Is that?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I misunderstood what you were trying to say.
That's okay.
Yeah. So, to the brand logos, yes, there is no way to get to the brand logos from the template. So yes, you do have to put them into uploads, and then they'll just keep them there. All of your uploads are saved. Yep.
Okay. So can I upload to uploads from the brand kit, or do I have to download and upload it? Okay.
Yeah. So if we're going back to the templates, that's not what.
Or can you cut and paste?
can you cut and paste into your template? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah,
No,
like the
you cannot
logo.
do that.
Okay.
Everything has to be uploaded. Yeah.
It's like I see these logos in my brand kit, but I can't really do anything with them. They're not really.
Yeah, you can just I just download them and put them into your brand kit or into the uploads folder, and then once you're in your templates, you can just access your uploads and drag them in there, and it'll save in your uploads.
So like do a save as. It's not letting me download, but I guess I just save. Do a save as. Okay. Same thing.
Yep. Yep.
Sorry, I'm taking over.
I need help. I would be totally happy to like walk through this with you, like offline too. I have no problem with that.
And I mean, I think the answer, you know, why not photo? Like this is so easy. Like, yeah, my 15-year-old was teaching me how to use it to make graduation cards a couple weeks ago, and it is super easy. And then there's all the clip art and stuff like that. So way easier than. And then when you're, say you're ready to go with your Twitter post here, do you just do a save as and you save it somewhere and then you upload that into whatever your social tool is?
Yeah, you'll just download it. And then if you've added in GIFs like we have here on this example post, it's going to download as like as a video file. So if you're just as a reminder, if you're using GIFs, that it has to be supported, like that type of upload has to be supported where you're uploading it, because you have to download it as a video file, just if you have the animations.
Cool.
And it looks like, Mariana, have you connected your Twitter account? I noticed the publish to Twitter in the upper right.
Yeah, so you can connect all of your social. I actually don't publish directly from here. I put it into Hootsuite, but yeah, you can connect your social from here too. It looks like Slack, but I have not done that.
Okay.
I have not done that. Nope.
Yeah. Let's see. There's a couple more questions in the chat. Amy asks, what are the key benefits of going pro versus the free version?
Yeah, so for me, if you're doing the reason I did it is the resize was huge, and then saving all the colors. You don't realize how annoying it is until you have to like add in like the color code like 50 times after you've like for each post that you've created. So that was a huge reason for me, just because I do it so often. And I do it for my own business too, where I like create multiple posts a week, you know, in Canva. So those are the two things, the resize and then the brand kit. And then if you do have like a project that you want to share with someone, I believe you have to have pro in order to share that project with them and work on it collaboratively. Oh, and then the other thing is you get more access. There's the like Elements and Photos Pro. So there's expanded access to like the things that you can put into Canva. So for instance, in Elements, like it should show you, and I don't know if it's going to, but you can see sometimes like I'm going to look for a swimming pool or whatever. It's just what popped into my mind. If you do not have Canva Pro, it'll show you like a little, yeah, so here we go. The little crown shows you that this is a pro image that you can only use for a pro account. So, and usually if you have a free account, it's usually only like the top 2 rows of images are non-pro. So, and I don't even see any there. So pro has a lot more expanded access to images and stuff like that.
I think in the past, I've used the free version, and then there were some images I could pay like $1. Did they remove that capability?
Honestly, I don't know, because I've had Pro for like 3 years. So
Okay.
I don't know.
Got it.
But I think you're right. I think that I remember being the case. Like if you're like, I really, really want this particular swimming pool, and you're like, okay, I'm willing to pay $1 for it.
Right.
Like this is the swimming pool icon that I absolutely have to have.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's still the case.
Hi, Dennis. Esther
Hi.
here. I confirm that it's still there, the
Okay.
option. You can put
Okay,
it and pay the $1.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Esther, you had a question. You want to ask it now?
Yes, I put on the chat. I asked if Mariana use Canva also for creating graphics for advertising. So if she need to create a very short video graphics, if she still use Canva or something else.
So I will use Canva to create the video card. But then beyond that, I do not use Canva for video. So no, I do not. I don't even think you can edit video. So yeah, so they have video that you can add in here. But in terms of like, are you talking about like YouTube or something? I guess I'm a little confused by the question.
No, sorry. My fault. I've asked for example, a short advertising that you have to shot on Facebook or something like that, where you create the graphics with the puppet or something, the writings that moves just to attract a little more. And if you still use Canva to do that, so very, very basic kind of video, not shooting. I mean,
sure. Yeah, they do have some video. And so for instance, if I wanted to use this beach and then put text over it, like we're going to get through this, like that would be something that I can do. So they do have some video options. I don't know if it's the best option for if you have like need a ton of video done. So yeah, yes, you can do like some basic video stuff. Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
We have a couple more questions. Do the video library, Caroline asked, do they update them often?
Or the graphics?
I mean, like the graphics library.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
I'm always finding new updates, and they have things that they rotate out as features too. So depending on like what the feature is, so they had like Women's History Month where they had like a whole bunch of like, so if you're on Elements, like they'll have the feature up here. It's kind of, and I think it might just be like based on like what people are searching for in terms of like top posts. But yes, I do see a lot of things popping up all the time, and coronavirus is a new one. So yes, they do seem to be adding stuff all the time.
And Catherine asked, where do you set the size for the specific images? For example, LinkedIn post, website banner, etc.
Yeah, so that would be when you're at home on the home page. So you start off by choosing the size that you want. Facebook, Instagram, whatever. But if you are in our design, our lovely random design that we've created here, and you wanted to resize it, so they have some different options up here. But for instance, say you want to turn it into something super specific that's like 350 by 350 pixels, then you can do that. So, and you also have the option to copy and resize or just resize. So we'll just resize. So then it chooses that size for you.
So if you went into templates and just chose a blank instead of an existing template, then you can just choose size up at the top.
Yeah, so you can choose blank templates for all of the different sizes. So for instance, you wanted to do a Facebook post. The first thing that automatically comes up is blank. So it's going to be sized for Facebook, but it's going to be blank. And then over here on the left, it's like, hey, these are some popular templates that people have used. I will say, as you go through and you look at social media, I'm like, oh, that's a Canva template. Oh, it's a Canva template. There was one these ones I've seen all over the place, this one particularly. So, I mean, you use it if you want, but I've seen it for like 6 different companies already. It's kind of interesting. I guess once you're in Canva enough, you have an eye for it. But yeah, does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So out of curiosity, when you see on social media something that came from Canva and maybe the brand didn't even modify it that much, how does that make you perceive the brand?
I mean, it doesn't take that long. Just like change the color, man.
Right.
Like you can just put it in your brand color, but I've literally seen this one like, just like not edited at all, shared. Right. I mean, I guess it's an easy way to get the message out if that's your thing, but please put it in your brand colors.
Yep. It's kind of like seeing a really commonly used stock photo, like it's like overused.
Yes.
For sure. That's why I asked that question, Dennis, for the exact same reason.
Yeah. Cool.
I have one more question, but I don't want to
Questions?
hog the.
No, go for it. I'm
So,
here. I'm here as long as you guys will have me.
So Mariana, my team's using this a lot, and I see, like, you know, there's like a folder. By the way, and I found all my logos. They were already uploaded, so that's there.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
But like, say my team has something, and I was like, it looks like. Well, my first question was, is it easy to tell from something what format it's in? Like, is it a Twitter or LinkedIn? But whoever, my awesome teammates are just naming things the right way. They're like, blah, blah, ad for Twitter, for LinkedIn. So let's say I'm like, oh, I need a LinkedIn ad, and I just wanted to change this. Is there, if I start editing something that's in a folder that's shared with me, am I writing over their work, or do you know? Because there wasn't like a save as.
Yes. Yeah, so you would be editing it in real time. It's like editing, you know, the language in Google Docs. And I think that's why they have like the comment thing over here where it's like, we need to change the background or of whatever. You can put that in the comments, and then people can see that. So yes, it will overwrite those changes.
So I should do a save or save as. I didn't see a save as. So is
There
like,
is no save as. You just have to download.
Or copy it? Oh, okay. Download.
Yeah, you can copy it. Yeah, okay. So, and the other thing you could do, yeah, you could copy it. So you're like, hey, I really like this page. I'm going to make a duplicate, which is page 2. Here's the edits that I'm suggesting on page 2. If you like page 2, let's go with that instead of page 1. So that could be another option, because then you're already starting from their work, and then you're just like editing, you know, your own stuff on the duplicate page.
I see like save to folder, so I could put it in my own personal folder maybe. Mm-hmm. And then it's not going to overwrite her work. Okay. Oh yeah, I see download. Oh, I see make a copy and download. Got it. Okay, perfect. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Hopefully, I hope this was helpful. I don't know. I'm like, yes. This is what we learned.
Super helpful. I've been a casual Canva user for 5 years, and there's so many things that I never knew about that you showed today. So thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've not been using the full power of the tool.
Either.
Mariana, where can folks go if they want to connect with you or learn more about your business?
Oh, yeah. I will. So it's, let me drop in. Hold on. First of all, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. There we go. I'll drop in my LinkedIn real quick. Let me look it up.
Okay.
And my website. Thank you for asking.
Sure.
Cool. Zoom. I don't know about you guys, but oops, I accidentally sent it to Dan. Sorry, Dan. There you go. There's my LinkedIn. Now everybody has it.
Excellent.
Yeah, so it's redlabmarketing.com. Awesome.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
What breed is your dog, by the way?
He's a red fox Labrador.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's like a mahogany colored lab, which it's interesting because red labs used to be like the predominant color, and then they started breeding like the cream colored labs. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just now realizing what red lab marketing is. I was thinking lab like a chemistry lab. Yeah. That's cute. That's cute. That's creative.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Mariana. That was such a great demo. And everyone else, thanks for joining us. We got more meetups next week and into the rest of the summer. So thanks for coming.
Cool.
Thanks, Mariana.
Thanks,
Mariana. Thanks, Dennis.
Take care. Stay safe.
Just sent you a LinkedIn invite. Okay.
Bye. Thank you for all.